to go like Forrest Trump on me.
It's got
Forrest Gump. Sorry, I said Trump.
just Donald Trump in a forest. Guys, I don't know. I can't.
Wow.
These are the best woods.
Forrest Trump.
I wonder if Donald Trump tried to run like how rum.
We're doing great. It's a reboot.
Captain Jack Trump Forrest.
Trump Forrest.
Arrgh! Anyway,
And then where does
22-year-old.
that
Yeah.
go?
And I was like, you said 22, and then I said 22-year-old. Woo!
That's pretty weird.
We are live, yes.
Make
Where's-
the jingle. Make the jingle.
No,
Now, on the spot.
we need more production value.
Make the jingle.
We need more production value.
Make the jingle.
Please don't cancel us.
Don't cancel us.
Don't cancel us. Don't
Don't
cancel
cancel
us.
us.
Don't
Don't
cancel
cancel
us.
us.
I said, please don't cancel us.
Don't
Don't cancel us.
cancel us.
I said,
Please
please don't
don't
cancel
cancel
us. I
us.
said, don't cancel us. I said, please don't. Ow! Don't cancel us.
I like it. I think we should go with it.
Welcome back to Please Don't Cancel Us. On this episode of Please Don't Cancel Us. Please don't cancel us.
How many more times do you need to say it?
Don't cancel us.
Don't cancel us.
Don't cancel us. Don't cancel us. I said, please don't cancel us. Don't cancel us. In the
That's how that works,
night. Don't cancel us. Kinda like-
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like,
Yeah.
kinda like Michael Jackson. Don't cancel us. Yeah.
Then we have Marvel in the background. That would be cute. Have his little sound in the back. Could you record his sound and then put it in the background?
I already have multiple Marvelicious
recordings.
sounds, and we can
You should
definitely
use
put that in the
it
background.
in the background or in your songs. That would be really funny.
Ow! I wish he did that. No, but he's really cute. Well, welcome back to Please Don't Cancel Us, the number 3 podcast in the world. We're on our way up. Please like, subscribe, follow, share,
Yes.
do all those things because we want to continue
To not be cancelled.
not cancel us.
Not cancel us.
There's definitely not a delay, right? Maybe there is.
No, I don't think so.
We'll find out the hard way.
I think we are Gucci.
So, how's things? I haven't seen you in a while.
I know, right? We never spend time together, ever.
Oh, cool. I actually can change it while we're busy recording. Isn't that nice?
That's very nice.
Low latency mode means no low latency.
No latency.
Sponsored by
Rain.
One Day.
One day.
Did you know that if you say that you're sponsored by somebody and you're not... Did you know that if you say that you're sponsored by somebody and you're not actually sponsored by them, you can get in big trouble?
We're not sponsored by Rain.
Yet.
Yet. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Can you imagine if we just... I would put a giant rain fridge right
so cool.
behind me
I would love that.
every episode, handing out
Why
rain.
is it so good?
And they must put crack in it.
They really must.
They must.
They must, because I never had... Sorry, Nako. But I never had this with
What?
Nako.
Oh, you're calling out Nako specifically.
It's a yummy drink!
It is not compared to rain though.
Monster is good too.
You know what
And I
Nako
let
is like?
someone try the one of these, and they preferred the Monster. And
You know what I
was
think?
like,
I think that shooting the podcast with the headphones on actually makes more sense because it's harder for me to like cut you off.
Yes, exactly.
You know what
You should try
Nako?
it out. It feels cool as well.
You know what drinking Nako is like compared to rain. Drinking Nako is like the girl that you used to date that's like really fat, like a hippopotamus, and then you upgrade
a
to like the supermodel,
hippopotamus.
and then when you're in the relationship with the hippo, you're like, no, baby, I love you. You look great. It's brilliant. It's fine. And then when you upgrade, you're like, damn, I didn't know what I was missing out on. That's what rain is like. Use me for your ad. Don't cancel us. Don't cancel us. I said, don't cancel us.
Fade out.
We need like a retro like intro.
Retro. Why retro?
Huh? Like a
Like the Flash. Like,
thing.
like it cuts like that. Do you mean like that?
Sure. Wow. So
So,
what's your take? I mean, it's officially episode insert here because we don't know when we're releasing this.
no.
However, we've shot like almost 10.
Have we?
Yeah, but we didn't release the
did
first one because
4.
we were troubleshooting.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4th.
The 4th.
The 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, I think we did shoot like 10.
Yeah,
or
I think
12.
that's my question. Ik heb een vraagje voor jou.
Yeah.
What's your experience like? I mean, it for me was relatively traumatic.
Oh my God, you're so over dramatic sometimes.
It was relatively traumatic.
Oh my God, you mean with the setting up?
Yeah, I mean, World War II D-Day and
Yeah.
setting up a podcast with you.
Oh my God.
What's your experience like? Tell me.
Well, yes, it was a lot in the beginning.
I like our theme song.
Don't cancel us.
Don't cancel us. Continue, please.
It's already stuck in your head.
It's good.
It was a lot
Genius.
in the beginning, like renting and all that stuff, and the setup took about an hour. And
Every single time that we shot, we
Yeah.
would have to the day before go rent cameras,
Yeah.
bring them back here. Then the morning before the podcast, set them up and get the angles and everything. And then the second we're done, we have to unscrew it and take it back. And
yeah, it was a mission.
ay, 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 ay,
One
ay.
day we will look back and be like, it was all worth it in the end.
I will say it is nice to
Did
dick.
it?
The dick.
It is so nice to dick.
That dick is good. No, it's nice. I just thought of my mom watching this.
Yeah.
Don't cancel us. It's nice to just come in here, walk in here, sit down here, press here, down here,
Here,
press
here.
play,
It is. It's very nice.
stream it out to the world.
To the world.
They're all watching.
Are they all?
All eyes on us.
Is it just us going to be making theme songs the whole episode?
You know, I remember watching 2.5 Men and feeling like I could be Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen?
I was going to say Chaplin. I could be
I
Charlie
love
Sheen.
that show.
Do you want
And
to know
I
something
have to
crazy about
say-
Charlie Sheen?
What?
My turn. He would hire or like get prostitutes over to his porn stars, professionals, and he would take them to his cinema room, and then they would sit down together, and then he would put on one of their porns with them in it, and then kind of talk about it and like evaluate it,
Why?
and then he would go upstairs and then have sex with them. He was totally manic, like drugged out, like, what were you thinking about this in this scene? And then they would just go do it after.
What is happening? Is he alive? I don't know.
I think he's just
so.
like recovering. Do you want to get an update or do you want to just keep the conversation
Yeah, I'm
moving?
curious. I'm
Interesting.
curious. But I do have to say that when Ashton Kutcher took over, he did a really good job. Because it is hard to fill those... No? I still enjoyed it. It wasn't the same.
I think he did a great job. But the thing is, you can't replace Charlie Sheen in Two
Oh,
and a
he's
Half
still,
Men.
yeah, Charlie Sheen, of course. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Why would
Did you just look at the picture and be like, oh yeah, he's still Charlie Sheen? As if he would
No,
have like morphed into Camilla Harris or something.
No, I don't know. I didn't know what was going on with him. So I was like, I don't know, like, because you don't hear anything about him anymore. Not much.
Ooh, why was
Do you-
Charlie Sheen cancelled? In March 2011, Sheen was fired from the... Oh yeah, no, we know that.
Yeah.
Um...
Yeah, no, I love that show.
Yeah, you can't replace the lead actor of Two and a Half Men. I mean, it was
Yeah.
also funny. I remember watching.
But I mean, I think
used
he
to watch
did a good job.
I used to watch the show religiously, and I remember turning on the TV, and then the next episode was just why is Ashton Kutcher here? Is he like a celebrity guest? And then they were.
Is that how it went?
It would
I
just,
didn't
jumped
watch it like
straight
a
into-
series. I didn't.
No, because I think what the fallout that happened with Charlie Sheen was so abrupt and aggressive. Like obviously it had been progressing for a long time.
Yeah.
But then I think him and the producer really had it out, and then he was just out. He was gone.
Yeah.
So then the very next episode was just Ashton Kutcher. Hey,
Yeah.
what's up? And then Alan, his
Yeah.
brother, was like, who are you?
He played a good
And it's like,
role. Though.
I'm Charlie's brother or cousin
I
or
don't
something.
remember. I don't
He's
remember.
given me the house. And Alan was like, he gave you the house? Because Alan is like always trying to mooching.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, yeah, it's so they just casually just blew past it. They didn't do like a funeral or anything. They were just like, yeah, Charlie got hit by a train and he's gone.
Oh my god.
And they just didn't reference it. They were just like, yeah. And then like 2 seasons later with Ashton Kutcher, they're like, yeah, you remember that time when Charlie got hit by that train?
It's funny.
They just went straight into it. And I mean, like
You
any
gotta
great
do what
show,
you gotta
like
do.
people tried to stick
Yeah.
around, but
I thought it was still a good show. I liked it. we don't really have shows like that anymore, do we?
No, I think people are trying to make these like sitcoms.
Like the Blockbuster thing that we saw.
Yeah, they're trying
I
really
didn't
hard.
see it. And the Superstore.
Because apparently, like, if you look at the Netflix stream results, like the analytics, the shows that perform the best are things like How I Met Your Mother,
Yeah.
or Always Sunny in Philadelphia, or The Office. It's
I
these
used to love
shows
that
that people
stuff.
just put in the background while they do the dishes and
true.
stuff. So you get
Friends,
the most streams.
always. Yeah.
Friends, yeah, exactly.
Everybody puts Friends on in the background.
So yeah, it's like everybody wants to create that next
Yeah.
sitcom that just stays.
It's still good. Like I still like it's just sometimes you want something easy to watch. Like yesterday, because we just started watching Jeffry Dahmer.
Yes.
I know it's been talked about, but still it's on my brain sometimes. Like I can't there's nothing left.
Like just suckling the teeth of rain.
It's such a
From the teeth.
problem.
So good.
Such a problem.
What are we going to do when we go on vacation and they don't have rain?
We're gonna drink coffee, babe. It's good to take a little detox.
It's not the same.
It's okay.
It's not the
It's
same.
okay to take a little detox.
You know I want you.
But the thing is, with that show, like I don't know, I'm not good with eerie or creepy or anything like that.
Yeah.
And the thing with that is they're not showing too much. Like they're like keeping it quite like clean in the fact that they're not showing too much.
Yet we haven't finished it.
Yeah, okay, but
We're at the part where
story-
right before he moves into his own flat in that area with
Yeah.
the black lady as the neighbor.
Yeah. But like it's just the thought process that gets me, I think. It's just the idea that these people existed and that this man did these things. Like how sick, how desensitized you have to be. So
But that's the argument, isn't it? It's like
out.
some people are saying like he is crazy or this or that or what. I think he was just really medically like messed up. Because I think
but
when they ask him the
create
question,
sympathy for someone like that.
no, that's something that we tried to cover, but we didn't really on the last
Yeah.
episode. Netflix is like giving all these serial killers and like con men
Like
and,
a platform.
a platform, and they're like making them famous,
Yeah.
and it's really unhealthy because it's like
But still, I want to watch it.
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a large population of people that want to watch these documentaries, but at the same time,
There we go. Our guest
pick 'em up.
star. Come, Marvel.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Find your spot. Little break, guys.
Yep.
And
And I'm here now.
no rain for you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's really funny how everybody still wants to watch those shows, but at the same time, I think we all agree we don't want to be giving these people platforms. We don't want to
Yeah.
be making them famous.
But then again, I
giving
find
them
it so
money.
interesting. Like I find it very interesting to think about like how this person could be like that. Like what made you like that? But this guy, it makes no sense to me.
I agree with how they said in the beginning of the show that it could just be that hernia surgery that the doctor could have just
could
messed
it
up
mess
his brain.
you up that bad that you do something like
The human
this?
brain is crazy. I think it can. Like, you know how COVID
Yucky.
shut down some people's ability to smell?
Yeah.
Like, what if it shut down his ability to, like, pick up on that scent? The
Yeah,
scent
okay,
of
but that's
rotting
one
flesh?
that's one thing of like wanting to eat people and chop them up. Like
But I think he had those thoughts and those desires as a child. And I think he was brought up in a family where his dad didn't have the communication skills because the dad comes from a different generation as well, where he could actually speak about these stuff. And I mean, like, I don't know how accurate the show is, but it seems
Yeah.
like they depict him to want to talk to somebody about it and, like, admit, hey, there's something wrong with me. I'm different.
yeah.
And people always, like, shutting him up because they don't want to hear about his gayness.
It's insane.
You know, so like that suppression, I
Yeah.
think pushed it deeper and deeper into him.
Yeah, circumstance definitely made it worse than that it
And
needed to be.
I don't know how accurate the documentary is, but they kind of show it
well,
so that like
the show because they've got the
spoiler alert. They show it like the Jeffrey Dahmer show, not the tapes.
Yeah.
But they show it where the first time he kills someone, spoiler alert, it's almost like an accident. Mm-hmm. You know, he's just full of rage. He's abandoned. He's at home for 3 months drinking.
Which is insane as well.
And he's just overwhelmed and like isolated.
Yeah.
So he hits the guy with a weight plate.
Yeah.
And he thinks the guy's playing dead.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh shit.
Yeah. But then like the fact that it was so easy, right? But like no remorse as well. Like, I wonder if he saw those people as people.
No, I mean,
no.
The episode that we just finished, he was like, I don't even
know their names.
And the cop was like, you should know their names because you killed them.
Yeah, he was upset, but I'd be upset. Yeah. Like,
and again, like it's a documentary / show.
It's a show. They obviously dramatize
they embellish a bit, yeah.
But that's why I would like to see the tapes, like after, because I'd like to see like what the real story is. So I definitely want to watch that. But it's so interesting. And then I don't know, you've never watched Mindhunters. It's so good. It's so good. They did a really good job with that one as well. This is like Mindhunters is about these detectives, and it's also set back in the day. I don't remember what year, but they go. So there's these two detectives that investigate like serial killers. And these are real serial killers. So these stories are real stories, but they just used actors to tell the stories. And it's like they did a really good job. And the actors as well of the murderers, like really interesting. Like Son of Sam, I don't know if you know of this. And this guy called the Butcher who would, also really horrible. I think he killed his mom as well, decapitated, and then would have
I heard about that story. Yeah,
sex with the head. Yeah, but you're like, how do these people exist? Like, I don't get it.
I mean, I don't get it. I'm just gonna come up with my own theory. I feel like, you know how like, if you have sex with your sibling, then you give birth, and then the kid comes out with like a no arm, and it's just like, Mommy! You know how that happens?
They don't depict that in Game of Thrones or in House of Dragons.
Give me love.
Oh, no.
No. Where was I?
Yep.
Yeah. Please don't cancel us. I forgot the intro. What was I trying to say? Yeah, I feel like what if it's just like a genetic malformation where you have sex and the brain doesn't form perfectly. It's a complex machine.
But how does it make you like want to kill people?
I don't know if it makes you do something. It perhaps removes something. I think it's a lack of development and not like something that was developed for that purpose. I think it's more like, I think we all have a certain level of that in us. That's why you can go to war. When you know somebody is going to attack your kids as a mom.
Okay, but that's a different story.
No, I think it's the same structure. I think your brain, imagine this, your brain is like a library. And it's got
like a
multiple
box of chocolates.
It's got multiple.
To go like Forrest Trump on me.
It's got
Forrest Gump. Sorry, I said Trump.
Just Donald Trump and a forest. Guys, I don't know. I can't.
Wow.
These are the best woods.
Forrest Trump.
I wonder if Donald Trump tried to run like how rum.
We're doing great. It's a reboot.
Captain Jack Trump Forrest.
Trump Forrest.
Arrgh! Anyway.
And then where does that go?
Back to the serious conversation we were having. Thank you.
Yes.
I think it's just a lack of development. And I think it's because we all have like that thing in us, personally. And I think that's what allows you to go to war. I think that's what allows you to protect your family in like a high stress situation.
He was just so desensitized, I think, as well.
No, I think he just... Listen, sociopaths don't
feel empathy.
So do you understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Like, do you understand the correlation that I'm trying to make, which is they just don't smell or feel or understand what it is that they're doing is that wrong. Mm-hmm. That's the point that I'm trying to make here is like, imagine you were him and you accidentally kill someone. Mm-hmm. You feel regret because you don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to get caught. You feel like, okay, your whole life you've had these thoughts, these feelings, these emotions, these sexual urges, and you've just been putting them off because, like, you know, around you, civilization is like, that's really bad. So you ignore it. You push it down. What if one day, by mistake, you hit somebody over the head with a By mistake, you hit somebody over the head with a weight plate.
Whoops.
Whoops,
Fuck.
I slipped.
Oh my God.
That's actually reminding me of a really funny joke. It was like this chick was being interviewed and she was crying and she was like, they were asking her like what happened to her husband and why he's no longer there after like 15 years. And she's like, well, basically what happened was my husband was out and he tripped and he fell right into another woman's vagina and he's been there for the last 15 years.
Was that a joke that you made? That's hilarious. That's
no,
funny.
so
Stop it.
imagine this happens and you're scared because you don't want to get caught. You're scared because you gave into it. You're scared because you don't want to blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But then you evaluate and you're like, oh, I don't actually feel
anything when I do this.
But not only do I not feel what I should be feeling, I actually liked it. And not only did I like it, but it sexually aroused me. And not only did it sexually arouse me, but it also filled this gap that I've been suppressing for the last 21 years.
So fucked up.
So I think once that happens...
so fucked up, man.
I think they're doing a good job in the show.
I'm so curious.
They're depicting like this snowball effect. Like it just
Yeah.
starts getting worse and worse. And I think the biggest point here is how he never got caught.
It's crazy.
He was investigated.
It's
He was
insane.
arrested on different charges. And people went to the police station to make reports. He's drugging me. There's a weird smell. Something's going on. You have to check up on him. And it's just like the racism, the selective
hearing, basically. Yeah, that's what it is.
They allowed him to get away with it. I mean, for fuck's sake, man. They pulled him over in the middle of the night, drunk driving, with a body in plastic bags in the back seat. And they were like, where are you going? What's in the back?
They didn't
And he was
check
like, yeah, I'm having trouble sleeping. So I decided to like just mow my lawn. And it's just yard trimmings.
Yeah, but who would believe that?
And then the officer was like, you know what? Just drive home.
He got off so many times, like that one with where he molested the child. If that's actually
A
what
13-year-old.
happened, if that judge actually was like, you deserve a second chance, what the actual fuck is wrong with you?
And
Right?
the thing is, like, it's because he was white.
Yeah,
If at the same
and he had like his dad there, like he
Yeah.
he seemed like a decent
like a decent whatever. And the thing is, I think because nobody really investigated or created a case around him, every time he got caught, they thought, oh, he looks like a good boy. And we don't know. Like, you don't know. You don't know. Spoiler alert. Like, when the dad's like looking into the box and he's like, please just tell me it's porn or something. As a parent, you don't even think
That's not something that comes to mind ever.
that a severed head.
But I wonder, I would love
Could
to
be in
like,
a box.
I wonder if they're going to go into the grandma more as well, like what she thought afterwards, because that's just, it's so crazy to me. That poor woman.
No, so like what we said was,
Poor woman.
how crazy is it? Imagine if like you find out that this happened and all of the judges and all of the police officers and all of the people that let him get away with it. Because there's 911 operators.
Yeah.
There's police officers, there's judges, there's
They just all
so
let
many
him
people.
go.
Imagine they're all just like, oh no.
What did we do?
Because he
You
killed
should-
so many people.
You should feel bad. I'm sorry. You should feel bad.
Actually, this is a good segue because in this country, I'm not going to go too much into it. However, the healthcare here is shit. It's Paracetamol Healthcare. So in
Yes,
other words,
okay.
if you're sick or if you're, like, I'll say this. If you have severe problems,
yeah.
this is one of the best places to be in the world. But if you have anything that's not, you're going to die in 5 minutes, you just get paracetamol, come back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get like help in this country. And if you're here, you know. My point is that doctors here have no accountability.
Mm-hmm.
So like they could just send you home for 2 weeks, you come back. They send you home for 2 weeks, you come back. They don't seem to help. They don't seem to care. They send you to a specialist, right? Because you finally have complained for a month and a half. They send you to a specialist. The specialist is like, well, this is the first I'm hearing of it. So why don't you go home for 2 weeks and come back? Then you come back in 2 weeks and then the specialist is on holiday. And then you tell your story to the next specialist, which is filling in for him. And then you're like, this is an ongoing issue. It's been about 2 months now.
Yeah.
And then the new specialist is like, well, this is the first I'm hearing of it. So you're going to have to go 2 weeks and come back.
Yeah, but that's
Then you come back and
insane.
it's like, it puts you in this place where you're like, you know what? It's been 3 months and I've just been saying the same story. Nobody seems to believe me. I have
No.
to like put on an act.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to deal with it. I'm just going to fuck it, And then let's say, God forbid, you end up with cancer and you die.
I mean, it's happened to my grandma where she had like a stomach ache and they sent her back home. Just drink some Coca-Cola. Turns out she had a tumor in her intestine.
Thank you. So imagine you have a tumor or something, like something life-threatening.
They left her out there for a long time also.
And then you die. Or let's say not even die. Like let's say you get to a point where it hits like stage 3 where it's like no longer treatable or curable. Like you're just screwed. And you come back and then you're like, hey, what the fuck? And then the doctor will be like, well, you know, had we caught it earlier, you would have been fine. But now you got 2 weeks to live. And what I don't understand is like, okay, if that's the system you're going to have, why is there no like additional system for like accountability or reparations, or at least give me like a rating system on Yelp?
Yeah.
You know, like if I go to a doctor, because it happened to my mother, like she was in the doctor's office after going there for like a month and a half. She was finally there again for like the umpteenth time. And she immediately felt this like shocking pain and dizziness and disorientation. And she has like these little mini strokes. So she was in the office saying, I think I'm having a stroke. I need an ambulance, please. The doctor started laughing at her.
That's insane, but that's insane.
And said, okay, just calm down. Stop pretending. Right? It's also because you've bred this culture of people who have to act in the first place to get help. So my mom is literally freaking out. Then she finally gets to the hospital on her own. They never call her an ambulance. And then they find out, yeah, you were fucked and you were having a stroke.
That's crazy.
In the doctor's office.
That's crazy.
And then she goes back to the doctor a week later or a couple days later. She's like, I was having a stroke in your office and you did nothing. And she was like, oh, well, that's too bad. I mean, how, you know, anyway, what's next? So at least, bare minimum, just give me like an Uber app that I can give you like 1 star so that other people who need help and healthcare can see like, oh, you're a 2.2 star rating.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to you. But there's no accountability.
No,
like
crazy.
Also, if that doctor does that, they don't get fired, they don't get punished, they don't get like doxed on their pay. Nothing goes down on their professional record. Like you basically have tenure. You know what tenure is, right? It's like, let's just use the teacher example. So they give you like immunity. You can do nothing to get fired. Like you're so special that like your job is secure. You never have to worry. They basically have tenure. It's like,
but it's crazy because so many people have experienced this. Because also my mom has experienced
everybody
it
in
with
this
a
country has
doctor,
experienced it.
where she kept going back like something's wrong. Like, hello, like I know my body. Something's off. And then when she came back and they checked again, oh, good job, you finally have something. Like
you
what
finally
the hell?
have something.
Like, no, I've been having it, but you haven't checked it properly and you haven't been listening to me. It's like done now.
That's why I can't wait for America. One of the first things I'm doing, I have it in my calendar to remind me, and I keep pushing it back whenever I find out the date for America. One of the things I found, there's like full spectrum tests. Costs like $5,000.
Jesus.
It's not cheap.
No.
But you go in, you have a consultation, and they give you every test under the sun.
Yeah.
They give you CAT scans, MRIs, they take your blood, they check up on everything, they do all your levels, they check you out.
Yeah.
And then they give you a full report, like pages and pages. They give you a full report of everything. And then you know. And then you're good. Like, I'm sorry, but imagine if I'm sick and I go to a doctor and I'm like, hey, I'm sick, and then they help you. Imagine that.
That'd be nice.
Anyway.
I thankfully have had pretty good luck with my doctor. So.
Yeah.
But I know it's.
But at least give me a rating system, man. Like I want to help my community.
Yeah.
Not have to go through the same, jump through the same hoops.
But it's like widely known. Don't you feel embarrassed as a doctor here that that's like your reputation? Right? It's like it's. I'm sorry, I can't.
It's the rain.
It's very charming.
I'm dying. Oh, you're one to talk, huh? Downstairs. Huh?
Hushed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It is very embarrassing. It is very embarrassing because
oh my God.
we should just leave all of that in.
Yeah.
It is very embarrassing because I think the good doctors leave.
Yeah.
They leave. They're like, also, they don't make a lot of money.
No.
Because it's all like a bureaucratic governmental system. So the good ones leave.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I can make so much money if I leave.
Yeah, it's true. Like, there's no, like you say, like, there's good things about it and there's bad things about it, but there's no competition. There's no need to better yourself. There's no push for that. Like services that should be like even with our internet this weekend where it stopped working. I swear to God, I spoke to 20 different people and had to explain the same story 20 different times. And every time they're like, oh my God, that's horrible. I'm going to get you help. So these employees don't know. Like, they're just doing their best.
They're like the doctor. Like, they're hearing it for the first time.
Yeah.
And they're just doing what the system tells them to do.
But like, oh my God.
Becky, look at that ass tunchi.
Yeah, it's so crazy. We really had to, like, the whole week.
And I spoke to 30 people.
Yeah, it's like we spent the whole week trying to figure this out. We had to pull so many strings to get someone to fix it now. And they were all ready to leave the moment they walked in the door.
I need to tell this story. So I think Wednesday at 2:30,
3:30.
I was up here and the internet cut out.
Yeah.
So you do the regular stuff. You unplug the modem, plug it back in. You do the regular stuff, right? Didn't work. Nothing worked. So I went on the website. I connected to 3G, personal hotspot, and I went on the website, and it's like, oh, it turns out there was maintenance in your street today at 2:40.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
3:50.
Whatever. So it's like, oh, so clearly what happened was something went wrong with the maintenance, and now my internet doesn't work. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now the next step is I can't fix it myself. I got to call customer support. Mm-hmm. So you call customer support, and then obviously, like you said, I'm not going to get into like 50 conversations.
No, exactly.
But the gist of it is like, okay, we're going to help you. We're going to do something. And then I realized like, oh, I'm going to upgrade my internet at the same time.
Yeah.
Why not? So I get a new modem. Long story short, the original prediction was, okay, when they did maintenance and they rebooted the system, my address, because I'm like relatively new here, was never registered in their system. So when they rebooted the system, it never registered this as like an active user.
Yeah.
So it booted you out of the system.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, fair enough. So they reactivated the serial number, and then they said, yeah, now if you wait 30 minutes, it should be working.
Yeah.
So obviously you wait 30 minutes, it doesn't work. So you call back. And then they're like, yeah, you got to wait 2 hours. So then you do this, right? And then 3 days go by, and my new modem arrives with a new serial number and everything. So I think to myself, okay, logic would say, if I've been booted out of the system, let's pretend a new person has just purchased this building, and they're moving in for the first time with their brand new subscription and their brand new modem with a brand new serial number. It would automatically connect to the new system. Problem solved. So Wednesday I cut out. Nothing. Surviving on personal hotspot data, which, by the way,
Costs crazy amounts of
thank
money.
you. Saturday morning, I'm so obsessed that we're outside waiting for the guy to get here.
Yeah.
And he hasn't even gotten to our house yet. I go to the van. I'm like, give me my package.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy because
Because it should be fixed.
I have my package and I can finally like set it up and fix it.
No.
Doesn't work. So what do? More customer support. More customer support.
Yeah, we were in and out.
Then eventually, I think, did they send the first guy on Saturday?
Nope.
Monday? Sunday?
Tuesday.
The first guy.
Yeah.
So the first guy, they send the first technician on Tuesday. This dude arrives at like 7 p.m.
No.
6 p.m.
Like 4.
Oh God. I'm trying to give the story some oomph.
Yeah, but no, let's not lie. It was 4, but he wanted to be out of there because he wanted to get to his next. But he did his best. He didn't know what to do.
He didn't know what to do. And look, benefit where benefit doubt is due.
Benefit doubt is due.
The most of the calls that they deal with are people that just don't know things.
Yeah, exactly.
So they probably just show up to the house and like, oh, the cable is loose.
Yeah.
Or, oh, you need to just reset the modem. So like he shows up there and he does all these tests and he's like, you're screwed.
Yeah.
I think that there could have been a short circuit.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we do now? He's like, well, I got to call an expert. We're like, no. And he's like, and I'm like, when is the expert going to get here?
Because that normally takes weeks.
And I'm like, when is the expert going to get here? And then he's like, it could take a while.
Yeah.
Could take like maybe next week if you're lucky. I don't know. By some miracle, he gets off the phone. He's like, you somehow got an appointment for tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And I'm like, thank Jeebus.
Jeebus.
Because I'm like, what are the chances? Okay, tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day. Keep in mind, now it's Wednesday, the following week. It's been 7 days.
Yeah.
Okay? Surviving on personal hotspot. And keep in mind, during this time, I was sick. I had like a throat problem, so I couldn't leave the house. So I'm screwed. So Wednesday morning,
So
8 o'clock in the morning,
dependent.
8:05 in the morning, the guy gets there. I think to myself, damn, this guy is on point. We're going to fix it now. It's going to happen. Dude walks in. His pants are hanging like below his ass.
Really?
He looks sloppy.
Yeah.
He walks in. No equipment.
Nope.
And he was in and out within 5 minutes. Maybe 4 minutes. He walked in, went to the cabinet, opened the cabinet, said, walked around, looked at the ceiling, and he was like, I think your cable's broken. I said, what do you mean? He said, your house was recently renovated. And it looks like this is not an official company cable. It's a new cable, which is longer because they wanted to run it further through the ceiling. So we're going to have to send someone here to rip open your walls all the way to find where the cable and replace the cable with an official company cable. And I'm like, okay.
We're not ripping down any walls.
I don't want to, because listen, bro, like just before you leave, let me explain this to you. My house has been perfectly fine.
Yeah.
My equipment is perfectly fine. It's all good. The maintenance happened at 2:30, and at 3 p.m., my internet stopped working.
Yeah.
It must be something they did downstairs.
Yeah.
To the maintenance box.
Yeah.
And this dude wasn't having it, so he left. And I'm like, well, what are we going to do now? And he's like, I'm going to call a company. We'll be in touch. They're going to come rip open your walls and find the cable.
Yay.
So I'm like, now I'm
My house
angry.
is going to be in a construction site.
And then I find out from you,
Yeah.
because after this, you called customer support.
Yeah.
And they explained, as the company, we've reached the limit of what we can do to help you.
Yeah.
And the guy that we sent to you this morning was a third-party technician company.
Yeah, exactly.
The second I heard that, because I'm not from this place,
Yeah.
the second I heard that, I said, all bets are off.
Yeah.
Now I'm calling all the companies, trying to find the best company. I don't care. Take my money.
Yeah.
So I call my own technician, which I've known for damn near 10 years. Okay? And I call my contractor, which gives me like a professional satellite technician.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to waste time with the story. I'm
No.
going to get to the punchline
Get
now.
to the punchline.
It's been 40 minutes of
Yeah.
this rant.
Anger.
So.
Anyways, they all come in the end.
Shh.
Finish the story.
Why so serious?
So
Finish the story. Finish the
somehow you managed to get another expert to come
Yes.
the next day.
Yes.
So now it's Thursday.
Yes.
So the first technician came on Monday. The first technician came on
Tuesday,
Tuesday,
Wednesday,
Now it's
Thursday.
Thursday. They said Thursday they'll be there. And I call my guys. And I'm like, they're going to be here between 8 and 1. And I want you both to be here at the same
to
time.
oversee it.
To make sure something happens.
Yeah.
Okay? So they all come.
Yeah.
In the end, there's 4 guys
Yeah.
in the house trying to figure out the situation. These 2 company guys wanted to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Right? Because they have more clients to get to. And I told them the story and they're not buying it. And my technicians are talking to them and you can tell there's like a little bit of tension because they just kind of want to leave.
Yeah.
And thank God my guys were there because this is what happened. I'm downstairs with the dudes speaking to some neighbors. Okay? Trying to find out, like, can we come into your house and see if there's a cable issue with you here? While I'm doing that, because let me just reference this. With this company, they reference a green cable. And it's impossible to find this green cable because they run one cable. Let's say it starts out as 20 meters. And every time there's a problem, they cut the cable, and they repair it. It's a really stupid way to do this. So the cable can sometimes end up being like 10 centimeters long.
Yeah.
That's why they wanted to get out of there because they're like, we've done everything we can, these 2 technicians on Thursday. We've done everything that we can. The only thing that's left is to find the cable. We can't find the cable. We have to send a company to rip down your walls to do that.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm downstairs with these 2 technicians trying to speak to the neighbors, seeing, okay, can we just quickly check on other troubleshooting issues? And my technician guy, my friend, that I've known for 10 years, I'm downstairs. I come upstairs, and he's on his hands and knees. He's ripped my couch away. Everything is a mess. He's on his hands and knees with a hammer.
How did he think of that, though?
And he found the perfect corner, and there's just a hole in my wall.
Yeah.
Like that big. And he's ripped open the thing. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he just looks at me so casually. He's like, I found the cable.
Yeah, but how did he know it was there?
Like a gangster. So
Yeah.
then the technicians come up, and he's like, hey guys, I found the fucking cable. Because he's angry at them at this point,
Yeah,
because they're
yeah.
not listening to him. And then the look on their face was like, oh.
Shit.
Because now the mystery cable has been found, so they had to do their job. 5 hours. 5 hours later of messing with this thing.
Yeah.
Finally worked.
Yeah. But how did he know that it was there? That's crazy.
He's just a gangster, I guess.
It's crazy.
Just a gangster.
Anyways.
So now we got like 700 megabytes a second.
Nice, babe. I know you're very proud of it.
I wanted to.
Yes.
Yeah.
You wanted to. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So that was a whole story.
Okay, thank you
Thank
for
you.
the episode. Bye. Doodly-doodly-doodly-doo.
Thank you for that long story. Now everybody knows what it's like to have internet in this country and if there's any problems.
And doctors.
And doctors. Yes.
Yes, Dahmer.
That's such a crazy, like, link that you made.
What do you mean?
From Dahmer to doctors to electricians.
I don't think Dahmer would have committed the crimes that he committed if he had Wi-Fi.
Sure.
Fact check me on that.
All right. Okay. Well. Okay.
Actually,
No.
what is the percentage of people that don't commit crimes because they can see them online?
Yeah, but that's also not okay, babe. It's really not okay. Like, let's not go down that rabbit hole, please.
Okay. In other news.
Yes. Well, we were talking this morning about
Fairies.
about fairies.
Fairies and their tits.
No, we weren't talking about
Fairy
that.
tits.
You're such a
They have
weirdo.
magical, mystical powers.
How crazy it is that we have so many people. I'm into fitness. We're both into fitness. We're big gym.
We're big gym.
Big gym goers. Look at my bicep. It's a big bicep for a girl.
Why instantly Russian?
I don't know. That's a good.
Look at my biceps.
Look at my biceps. They're
Yes.
big biceps. There was one of my clients said to me, because I was looking for a good masseuse because, like, literally, I cannot find a good masseuse here because they're all like half-assing it. You know the feeling where you're like, just press and
get in
just
there.
get in there. Like, how hard is it?
Rub my
I'm
giblets.
telling you to press harder.
Yeah.
Like, just get in the muscles. Don't be afraid. Do it.
Don't be afraid. I don't bite.
Exactly. And then it's so funny because one of my clients was like, I might have a good one. She gives sports massages. It's a Russian woman. And straight away I was like, that must be a good massage because you feel like it's like a Russian woman. You know what I mean?
No.
Right? No?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, how we were talking about
Just a big bitch.
just someone that gets in there or someone named like Olga. You would know this person.
Ursula.
Ursula. No mercy. Would just go.
Sit on bench.
Sit on.
I give you massage. My husband beats me. I come here from Kazakhstan. I live in shithole. I take my anger out on your back.
Exactly.
Sit down.
Sit down.
My thumbs have been molded for 1,000 years. I work on hardwood table to make them stronger. I rub the stress out of your back.
And you're like
And you're like,
screaming,
can you please calm down?
oh my god.
You're freaking me out.
I'm like,
I get it out. Demons, come out. Be gone. Start speaking fucking native language. Jesus Christ, I'm never coming back.
I mean, I wanted a good massage, but this is too much.
Yeah,
oh
shit.
my god. So I don't even. Literally, that's what it would be like. Yeah. That's why you think, oh, that must be someone that really.
That's who you want to get a massage from.
Yes, exactly. Like, I hate that half-assed, like.
You don't want to get a massage from a privileged white girl. Just like, I'm going to just give you a little bit of this and a
No,
little bit of
just
that.
fucking get in there.
Yeah. I want oppression.
Babe.
I need my masseuse to be oppressed, to come from a poor country and that's full of hate and anger and just wants to just blame you.
No, but
for
like
it.
I went to a Thai massage now, and they always know what they're doing. Like they know what they're doing. They use everything they've got to get the muscles. Like they use their arms, they use their feet, they use everything. They didn't use their feet this time, but you know how they walk over your back in some places. Like they really like. This masseuse got up on the bench, on the bed where I was, to use all of his body weight to like get the muscle. Like, but that's what you want. You don't want that half massage.
Also, I want to put little rain stickers here when we get sponsored.
Okay.
Anyway,
You're
the
on a
half
different-
massaged massage.
Yeah. So I finally got a good massage
Good,
yesterday. So that was very nice. But that's not where I was going. Where I was going
Where
is
are we going? Where are you taking us?
we're going back to the privileged white girl.
Okay.
Back.
Jessica.
No, seriously. It's so frustrating. I'm trying to build my business as
my
a
gosh.
personal trainer.
I'm trying to build my own business, and there's these dumb bitches out there which are getting all their stuff from their boyfriends, and they don't even work hard for it. And like, I'm out here in the streets, bro. I'm like doing the best that I can.
Yeah,
I'm
why haven't
so
you
much
bought
stronger
me
and better than these people?
a gym yet.
How is this? What the fuck? How are you doing?
Yeah.
How's this my fault now?
The fuck? Do you not see my potential?
No,
How dare you?
said it.
No, what pisses me off is personal trainers that do not know what they're doing.
Oh, I hate it.
Or like just girls that look fit because of their genetics and they're preaching gym stuff.
You know what I also don't like? When
Oh
I
my
used to go to
God.
that gym and like you walk in and there's like a bunch of personal trainers, just a bunch of dudes. And they're short, weak, skinny, like you can see the dad fat. Like you can see the estrogen
Where did you see this?
in Gustav.
No. Those were good
I
trainers.
swear. No,
Those
listen.
were good trainers.
Most of them were good.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to explain to you is there's like a spectrum of trainers where they are very smart technically and they've studied and they have their documents and they have their stuff,
Yeah.
but they don't have the experience. So what it is, it's like you get a trainer which like they try to make things sound overcomplicated. So they're like, yeah, what I like to do is I like to get my hip flexors here so that this targets my rhomboid and this does this. It's like,
What are you talking about?
you know what I mean? No, I'm just saying, like, they try to make it sound like they're this super genius
Yeah.
when it comes to doing a bicep curl.
Yeah.
And they have the physique of like a 70-year-old man.
Wow, okay, that's a bit over the top. They don't always
I
look like that.
swear, I have this image of this dude. He was short, he had man tits and a beer belly,
Oh.
and he had no business. He was like
But
24.
then you wouldn't go there.
But that's what I'm saying is like these trainers, and
I
it's the
think we
same thing
need
with.
to, sorry, I can't.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll be right back. And we're back.
But cut that out. Just cut it out,
Yeah, yeah, no shit.
please.
I'm not just gonna. And we're back. What were you saying?
What was I saying?
Also, you
about
have a
you were
weak
ta-
bladder, but okay.
Yes, I do.
Let's
But
go.
I feel like it's worse because
What
of
were
this.
you talking about?
Oh, you were talking about the
No,
Gus-
you were talking about spoiled bitches.
Yeah, but you were talking about the Gustav trainers.
Oh yeah, no, it just irritates me that like.
But they're good. Those were like actual good trainers.
No,
like, the
but
only
there's
ones.
a difference. Like, unless I have a sports injury, I don't want you. Like, I want the big dude. I want like Joe Rogan to train me. I don't want like some man tit
You
fucking
do.
estrogen.
You do want like
I'm
you,
swearing too much.
yeah. You do want like someone that's like an example or like
Thank you.
Yeah.
Experience.
yeah
There's
exactly.
there's certain fields in life where you don't want knowledge, you want experience. Like you can have all the knowledge about a gunfight, or you can have the dude that's been in 40 gunfights.
Yeah.
Which one are you gonna pick?
Because literally, also, but the thing is, then again, if you got a trainer that's been in the game for 10 years, that doesn't necessarily mean they're good trainers. No.
But that's another
They
thing.
could be outdated.
Just like the gunfight thing. Like, okay, Grandpa has been in 400 gunfights. Maybe we just leave Grandpa alone. Because when Grandpa was in gunfights, they had bolt-action rifles that took 15 minutes to reload. Now we got drones. Did you know that we have drones now?
What do you mean, drones?
In Ukraine?
Yeah, that's
Not
creepy.
we, not us. But there's drones in Ukraine, and there's like this video of these Ukrainian soldiers standing dead still because there's a drone flying around them with like bombs, and they're dead still because it picks up on movement. So the one dude does this, he like turns to his friend to like try to say something, and then the drone is like just standing in front of him because it's like noticed movement, and then out of nowhere just ding 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 ding. They're using drones now. Yo, that is like Terminate. Bro, that is so scary to go to war and have a drone after you. Just, I don't like, you know how scary that is? Imagine you're just lying on the ground trying to fight other humans and you just hear, what are you going to do? How are you going to fight that? Crazy, bro.
Why, man?
Crazy, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't want Grandpa in that situation. You want the new guy. Okay, maybe the new guy only has 4 gunfights under his belt, but he's up to date with the latest and greatest. That's why it depends on the sport, or it depends on the activity.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I want a young buck.
Yeah.
I want a young girl or guy that knows what they're doing, has the experience, they're up to date with the latest knowledge. Because it's like the same thing with a doctor. Like, I went to my family doctor back in Africa, and he explained it to me. He said, what happens in the medical community, you go to university, and that's where you get 90% of your knowledge, right? Okay, maybe not 90%, but that's where you get, like, let's say 70% of your knowledge. And that's what you use in your day-to-day practice.
Yeah.
While you're practicing medicine, let's say as a GP, you're doing some research and you're investigating some stuff as time goes on, but you have a large workload to get through. So the majority of what you do, let's say, it was learned in the 1970s. Those are the doctors that are treating people in 2022. You know, like okay, maybe not 70s, but like the 50, 60-year-olds of now are treating the people of today with their knowledge of the last decade or the last, generation. So he explained to me, he said, it's basically a generational thing. Like, you got to wait for medicine and nutrition and all of these things to advance to such a point that then it's adopted by the new kids, the new generation, and then they bring it forth. So that's why a lot of things are still out of date and old school. And that's why a lot of these, now thanks to social media, like these influencers are becoming famous because they're pushing the needle.
Yeah.
And they're like getting these messages out there. And I think that's why there's also a lot of resistance, because there's so many people that just only want to listen to an official because they have the badge. And then there's so many people that are trying to push the narrative to say, like, for example, stem cells, nutrition, this and that. And then they argue with each other.
Yeah.
But personally, I want the 35-year-old doctor that's been practicing for a good amount of time, that also has an extensive knowledge, drive, ambition, and that kind of stuff. But he's also at the leading edge of what is possible.
Going on, exactly.
So that you can get the best treatment of today. Not that you go to the 70-year-old doctor that just, what is he going to do? You know, he's going to give you the old. So that's what I'm saying. Like, some of these things are generational. But when it comes to personal fitness, would you rather have the technical genius?
It depends.
Or the giant steroided dude?
Well, it depends. Like, what are the results? Because some of the giant steroided dudes just do, like, old school shit. So it depends. Like, what are the results they're getting?
Okay, you're a girl. Yeah. Would you rather go to a short, frumpy,
no,
looks like Betty, you know that show, Betty Beauty or whatever it is? Anyway, would you rather go to, like, some troll of a woman?
Okay, well, it doesn't, again,
right? That has no ass.
Yeah.
And she's like, I've been training for 3 years, and if you want to look like me, then you have to do this. You'd be like, no, I don't want to look like you, actually. And then you see this hot, smoking, blown out ass, muscular, beautiful lady.
Yes, but muscular, because that's where you have to be careful, because now you've also got girls with fake asses.
Muscular.
Preaching
But you can tell the difference.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So like,
you should be able to tell the difference.
Because that's what I mean. Because that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's girls out there that have genetically a good body, and they look fit-ish. And I know a lot of girls that follow their workouts. When I look at those workouts, I'm like, that's not going to get you anything.
But it's the same thing with the makeup community. Like, if you're a girl and you're just genetically beautiful, with fair skin and everything, and then you're like, this is the makeup and foundation that I use every day.
Or like more day cream. And
then
like
it's just, bro, it's a salesman tactic. It's like, look at me, my life is so cool, and I have all these like girls.
Like, there's one guy that I followed, and he made a really funny like little skit. He was wearing like a blonde wig, pretending to be one of these girls, and like, so, and then he's being interviewed by like what's it called? By a news guy, and the news guy's like, so Becky, you're a personal trainer. Yes, I've been a personal trainer for like the last week. Because one of my friends, this is how he says
it's
like,
skit,
it's like he's like talking, it's like, oh great, and how did you get your credentials? Well, basically one day I was just on Instagram and someone asked me, oh my God, what do you do to look like that? And then I started giving advice, and ever since I went downstairs and I was like, Mom, guess what? I'm a personal trainer now. So I changed my bio and so that's how I ended up becoming a personal trainer. And that's the worrying thing, because there are so many of those girls out there.
Yeah. And I think it's so easy to follow that, because...
And that makes me angry.
If you're on the outside looking in and you have no experience and you're just... Let's say you want to lose some weight, right? Like, you're not obese, but you're not happy with yourself. You look at a girl like that and you're like, she is what I want to be.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do what she does to look like her. Here's the caveat. She, because of her genetics, can eat pasta and donuts every day and do a minimal amount of working out. And her skin is just naturally flawless. Her body is just naturally beautiful. And if you follow her calorie for calorie...
Yeah, you can never do that.
Sleep for sleep. You do the exact... If you lived her life, you would never be her.
No.
That is genetics. So, I think... It's oversaturated. Like, there's so many people out there that are doing this thing now. So it takes away from the real ones that are actually doing it for the right reasons, or the ones that actually put the work in, or the ones that actually like have the experience.
Because I see these girls and I'm like, you've never lifted a weight in your entire
but I also think that
actually lifted weights.
I also think that it's like almost like a generational surge, and that's why we have a surplus. Because there's so many people, like let's say girls or guys, that didn't perform well in school, and they kind of look at certain things like, for example, I know for one, stand-up comedy, and another, let's say, personal fitness. They look at these two as like, well, I didn't do well in life, so I'm just going to go do that because that's easy.
Yeah, but it's not.
And the comedians will tell you like, no, it's actually the hardest thing you can do. It's one of the hardest things you can do. And it's the same thing with personal training. Like, you can't just, I'm a personal trainer now. Like, there's so much that goes into it. Like, and only a few of them stand out.
Yeah.
So, what I'm trying to say is that bitches be crazy.
Yeah. It frustrates me. And then these girls can open up gyms and like are preaching their stuff, and I'm like, oh my God.
But I said that to you. It's like a lot of these girls, and I'm speaking specifically about women now.
Because there's a small percentage of women that train.
Yeah, but there's a large percentage of women that meet a nice guy with some money.
Yeah.
And they don't have any skills because they've been handed life on a silver platter.
Yeah.
Right? So they're useless slugs. They don't cook, they don't clean, they don't study, they don't train, they don't contribute to society. They just walk around egotistically, narcissistically wearing stuff that you buy them with like this weird idea that they own stuff and they deserve stuff for doing that. Like I tried to say this in the previous episode, which is like rites of passage.
Yeah.
If you do Liver King, I'm gonna quote him now. If you're really fucking fat, and you do like 20 push-ups before your meal, it may seem small, but you've done something to earn your meal. That's what he speaks about, earn your meal. And that's a metaphor for like earn your position in life. Earn it. Yeah. Do something to earn it.
That's non-existent at the moment.
But that's what I'm trying to say about these, like right now I'm targeting women. is they say to their boyfriend or husband or fiancé, well, they say to their wife or their girlfriend or their whatever, fiancé, they say, well, honey, what would you like to do? And she's like, I want to open a nail salon. I want to open a hair salon. I want to open a gym. I want to open a coffee shop. Right? And then it's like, here, honey, I'll do it for you. And then she wakes up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. She gets herself ready. She goes into work at about 2:30 for like 10 minutes. And then she's like, I'm going to go take a lunch break now. And that's it. And then those are the people that post their lives on social media that look so amazing. Like, oh, how does she do it? And those are the ones that I see like have millions of followers.
Yeah.
And it's such an interesting existence because it's such a inflated ego. And I can only imagine that you feel so important. You feel so important. And you feel like, oh, life is just effortless for me. And look at those other people struggling. They just don't get it.
Yeah, it depends. I don't know. Like, it's because then there's also people out there, and that's why it's frustrating. Because there's also people out there that really worked for it.
Yeah, but that's I think
really,
a lot of people would come at you aggressively in this situation and say, oh, your ego is being attacked, or oh, you're just not secure, or what, or you're just jealous of other people's success. I think what it is primal in nature.
Yeah,
I think you see, it's the same thing with a spoiled child.
Yeah,
when you see a spoiled child, you think to yourself, you are undeserving of your position. You're undeserving of your spoiledness.
Yeah.
Right? That's why there's a direct...
What did you do to
What did you do to earn it?
To earn it, yeah.
Like, look, if you, like I said...
I guess it's like a frustration thing. So it's like, I do all this. Like, not I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's not like...
if you grow up in a really rich family and your parents raise you correctly, you've earned it. Mm-hmm. You've gone through your own rites of passage, and you can tell. Like, I know rich people, and you can tell exactly when it's like, oh, you have a different perspective of life. You have a real world view. Yeah, you've traveled the world. You've educated yourself. You've lived different experiences, and you don't just throw money away. Like, I know a ultra wealthy guy, that didn't shut up for 7 minutes. For 10 minutes, he didn't shut up because he got charged in New York $8 for a smoothie. Yeah. And I'm sitting there like, how the fuck do you care about $8? You got like
because they know the value. Because they know the value.
And they're like, it's just a ripoff, and I can't believe it. Like, what?
It's just they know the value. It's not like they don't, fuck around with their money like it's nothing.
That's
like,
what I'm trying to say. So it's just rites of passage, and I think rites of passage come in different shapes, forms, and sizes. But when you see an Instagram girl or guy, but mainly girls, because it's this fucking culture we live in now, where they just have without earning, that's the trigger. Yeah. That's what gets you. That's what's annoying. Yeah. It's like, you don't know what I went through to get here. Yeah. And you don't deserve it because you haven't gone through your own stuff. Yeah. You've been handed life on a silver platter. And not only have you been handed that meal on a silver platter, but you're throwing half of it away. Yeah. It's the same thing we spoke about on the previous episode. Like, if you go out, if you take your kids on a hunt, and they see or shoot or kill an animal, right? And skin the animal and harvest the meat from the animal after hiking it back 5 kilometers to base camp. Then you drive it home and you freeze it and you cure it and you get it ready and blah, blah, blah. The second you're in the kitchen cooking that meal and eating that food, you don't think, I'm throwing this away. No. You think, how much did I go through to get this?
Yeah, savor it.
And how worthy, like, for example, Prince Charles. Prince Charles? Wait, who's the king now?
Is it Prince Charles?
Is it Prince Charles?
Oh my God, yes, he's the king.
Yeah.
That's not a
It's Charles, right? So Charles likes to go, I think, like rabbit or fox hunting or something like that. You know, like the privileged royal way of hunting. Like, you get 300 guys on horses and radar to go track an animal with these dogs. And then they're like, we found it, we cornered it can't get away. And then you're just like, okay, I'm going to go
That's
hunting.
Literally how it was in House of Dragon.
And then, yeah, exactly. And then there's just a terrified animal that's been sitting there for 2 hours, getting barked at by these dogs, right? Because you decided to fucking take your time to go over here. And then they're like, here, sir, take the weapon. And you're like, haha, right, well, bang. And then you give the gun away, and then you get back on your little horse, and you click, 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 and they're like, they handle it for you. Yeah. Here's the thing. When he's out doing this, his favorite treat is a cognac and boiled eggs when he gets back.
Yeah.
So the kitchen, this is what the kitchen does. Every 5 minutes, I think, every 5 or 10 minutes,
You told me
5
this,
minutes,
yeah.
they boil exactly 10 eggs.
It's crazy. It's such a
And
waste.
if he's not back at that exact moment, they throw them in the trash.
That's just disgusting.
And they continue the process every 10 minutes or every 5 minutes or something like that while he's gone. He could be gone for an hour. He could be gone for 3 hours. And they were interviewed. They said it's not uncommon for us to go through 300 eggs at a time
That's
sometimes.
so disrespectful.
300 eggs. Because when he gets
Where
back,
did
they
you
must
see
be ready.
this?
It's a fact.
But where did you see this?
I remember seeing it or hearing about it somewhere. And there's other things that go into it as well. For example, like when he gets out of the shower.
Yeah.
His butler has prepared his towel on his bed in such a immaculate way that all he has to do is sit down and then get covered by the towel. That's how he gets dried. His clothes are laid out for him perfectly with his socks on left and right. Everything is like handled for him. There's like this viral video. I don't know if you've seen it. I can pull it up if you want. Where he sits down to sign his first, like, I don't know, kingly or executive order. And there's like a tray like this, like a tiny tray like that in the way. And he gets so angry at the staff, and he's like, "Get this away from me! Get it! Get!" All you have to do is just that, and he's like, I think somebody got fired for that.
But what is that? Like he hasn't. I don't feel like.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I want to see it.
But that's what I'm trying to say is
crazy.
like there's something about that just makes me viscerally angry.
Yeah.
And I think there's also a difference with an adult versus a child, because a child is like, I don't know, like I think your brain is like, I can still shape you, I can still mold you, I can fix the problem.
Yeah, 70-year-old man, it's done.
Yeah.
That's it. Like it's crazy. But like what makes these, like, what gives them the right to be like this other than their title, you know? It's crazy. Is this it?
No, I don't think so. Well, I mean, it's different for somebody like this when you know you're going to be the king and you grow up around royalty.
Yeah, exactly. Is it this
It's
one?
It's this. Check this out. So let me see if the sound matters. Check this out. Look how angry he is. Watch this. He's getting upset because it's not, everything's in the way. And he's like, get the fuck out of here. Get it away.
Oh my God.
Signing these papers, which he was told to sign. He has absolutely no control over what's happening. Yeah.
Oh.
Great. There we go. I mean, it may look like a small thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, somebody got fired for that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And yeah, it's just, man, oh man. I think that's why we all love movies where the underdog is the winner.
Yeah.
The guy who buckles down and works hard and makes it happen.
They deserve it. It's crazy. Like everybody, like we live in a society, well, in here, like in some of these countries, where we think we can have everything that we want without doing anything for it.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, there's another guy that I know, you know him too. I just texted him the other day. And he lived in the bush of Africa for a long period of time. He became a qualified game ranger.
Yeah.
And yeah, even though it's a wealthy individual, like he's gone through so many rites of passage.
Yeah, exactly.
That when you speak to him, you're like, oh, you're like,
he knows what he's talking
you're
about.
a person.
Yeah.
You're not like you're not removed from reality. Like you're just a human being that's gone through.
But put
themselves through.
in difficult, because that's what we've both done.
Yeah.
We've put ourselves in difficult situations.
Purposefully.
Like purposefully to challenge yourself, to go through some sort of hardship, to, I don't know. And it's not even like
Growth.
that wasn't even the thought process.
No.
You just do it. Like a bodybuilding competition, I did it, and it was like a little bit more intense than what a lot of people are doing now. Like, I don't want to put down anybody that ever does it, because it's very, 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 very hard work. But I have to say, the way I did it.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
I know.
Bro, I don't know what you competed in, but if you were supposed to be IFBB Pro World Series competition, there's overshooting the goal, and then there's what you did.
Yeah.
You went way too far, man.
Can we get a picture up?
We can get a picture of. Where is it on your Instagram?
Yeah, but it has to be. You have to scroll down all the way because I didn't post anything recently about it anymore. But that's what I mean. Like I put myself in a very tough spot, and I worked my ass off.
And that's another perspective that I think we have to point out, which is
all the way down.
There's a lot of people who have not gone through certain rites of passage. They don't have this perspective. Like, let's say they haven't hunted an animal, so they don't know
what it's
the
like.
value of food.
Yeah, exactly.
They haven't gone to the gym or done physical activity that is so difficult that they don't understand what it's like, right?
Because, like, I mean,
for example, like with your father, I have to call him out. Just didn't relate, didn't understand.
No,
like,
he didn't understand.
Also, you have a friend, which I will not name, but I do not like. And then she's like, I don't understand fitness. It's a waste of time.
Yeah. Keep scrolling. Here. There.
There? This?
Yeah, but I mean, you got to zoom in on the... Well, yeah, I mean, the shows you.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And is there a picture of the girls next to you? Because
I don't know if there is. Maybe tagged.
The girls that stand next to you.
You did
fat.
see it. Where did you see it?
Well, they look fat in comparison.
And some of them
really overshot the fucking goal.
I really did. I was the most ripped one there.
Just to put it into perspective, I'm just going to show you guys this. So this is what she looked like on the day.
Yeah.
And this is what everybody else looked like on the day. Does that make sense? More or less. Like
that's kind of insulting to me. No, I'm joking.
How is that insulting?
I look so good in that picture.
Yeah, but on the right, you're covered up. You're wearing a bra. There's stuff. So it's not as good. Here, you're like full prep. You got the fucking tan lotion on. You're like ready to go. I'm trying to say, like here on the right, you look more full.
Yeah, I look nice.
Less,
I look good.
You look less like dry.
Dying.
That's another thing that I don't know if people know this, but like when you're on stage, I'm
dying.
Seconds away from passing out.
Yeah, no, I am. I like we went to sit down because it was a 2-day thing.
Yeah.
I went to sit down and I could not follow anything that was going on anymore because I didn't eat. I had like 3 sips of water and a rice cake and a bite of avocado. Maybe to the tagged ones, you gotta go. Maybe there you can see it, but I'm not sure. Well, maybe that, I don't know.
So intense, man.
Yeah, but that was the second competition. Oh, my back looks so good.
So intense. It's way too much.
I love that back picture. I looked so good. I don't know if there's any one picture where I have
No, we don't have to look at it.
No.
But people can understand.
Yeah, so yeah, but I had like a 9 month.
Look at you over here straddling.
9 month.
Look at me straddle the bench. Who came up with this picture? It's a good picture.
Yeah, it's a good picture, right?
Yeah, very good picture. Yeah. We're exposing your Instagram now.
Yeah, my Instagram. Look at my butt pose. I had no butt there, but it was a good butt pose.
Yeah.
There you
can
see them.
kind of see them in the back. You see how they're like more full.
Yeah.
They're less like there's less lines. Like look at the legs. Look at the legs here. Look at the abs. Look at the shoulder. There's no striations. There's no muscle definition. Look at those legs. Look at those legs.
Look good.
Now watch. Just bear with me. I'm gonna go back. Tell me if I miss it. Tell me if I miss it.
You were almost there. You were almost there. There.
Here. Now look at this. Look at that.
My legs have never looked like that.
Look at this. That's not her hair. That's her shoulder. That's every single muscle. And look, there's another chick in the back. Look, like you overshot the goal.
Yep. I prepped for 9 months though, and I was in a calorie deficit for 9 months, which was not great. Not good for your hormones. I do not recommend anyone to do that.
No, I was in a calorie deficit that was so low. I think I was on 1,250 calories.
Yeah, that's insane because that's what I was on there.
Because I'm a guy.
That's insane.
I know.
And you weigh like 100 kilos now.
Such a low calorie deficit that I was on the couch, mummified, and just.
Why did you do that?
I had enough energy to sit there and watch TV like this.
Like you shouldn't be below like.
I know.
15 or 1600.
No, it's because what I went through was different, and I was coming out of addiction. I was really cleaning up my life.
Yeah.
But it's a sad story. I'm not going to get into it. But like I've had no one around me for help.
Yeah.
Nobody could and nobody would ever help me.
Yeah.
And I was alone. So I didn't have a coach.
Yeah.
I didn't have family members. I didn't have friends. I was all alone, and I had to do it by myself, which I'm proud of. But like, I also don't want to take away from the fact that that's not the right way to do it.
No, exactly. But that's what I'm saying here too.
not only is it harder, like 10 times harder, but it takes 10 times longer to do it yourself. Like there's a reason why people are around and people can really help.
Yeah, of course.
And it's as easy as, I didn't know this at the time because you feel so isolated, but it's as easy as helping. And also back then, you didn't have access to things like these websites like BetterHelp, where you can just like log on and get like a personalized therapist to talk to. So anyway, long story short, like the reason why I was on 125 calories, 1,250 calories a day was because I did it myself through like self-research and stuff like that. So
way too low.
It was, like the saying I like to say, is the quote that I like to reference is like, I found 10,000 ways that don't work.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
so I wasted my time. But at the same time, like I have a lot of knowledge to pass on now.
Yeah,
because I can see.
That's the same for me.
When I interact with 10,000 different people doing like their own mistake, I can be like, I know where you're going wrong. I've been there.
Yeah, so that's the same for me. Like that's the same for me. I mean, to get that physique, obviously, like it's great, but and you feel like amazing that you've achieved that. But the backlash of it, not so good. Like it's really bad for your body.
It's
really bad for your body. Because my build is not like this. No. Yes, I've got like good muscles, but my build.
Oh, there's the tattoo that we were talking about in the previous episode. Your garlic loaves. We need to wrap it up. We need to get out of here. I don't want to make this episode too long.
Anyways, please don't.
Try it again. Please don't. Please don't. Please
don't cancel us.
Wait, no. Thank you for not canceling us, or please don't cancel us.
Thank you for not canceling us.
Thank you, or please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you for not canceling us. You got to look at the camera when you do it.
Thank you.
Just that camera. That's
1, 2, 3.
Thank you for not.
Thank you.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, and thank you for not canceling us.
Bye. Marvel, bye.